Here we are. Just loading. That's loading.
Well, the rest of us really.
We are live. Thank you very much. Everyone's ready. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the March Planning Committee of Buckingham Council. Thank you all for attending. First of all, just going to ask for any members of the public who want to speak. No? In that case, if we can move on the agenda to apologies for absence.
Apologies from Councillor Draper, Councillor Jane Wardrew and Mrs. Conley.
But Caroline to be justified by Roger. Thank you very substitute.
I thought you looked more beautiful.
Right, item 2, declarations of interest, received declarations of any personal prejudicial interest. Robin?
I don't think we'll be having a planning meeting now for further the election, but just in case suddenly we're allowed one, to break the duck, and there's something to do with Buckingham.
Okay,
We will declare a formal register of interest.
thank
I
you.
don't feel that's necessary with the applications we have in front of us.
Okay, thank you. Right, thank you, Robin, for mentioning PERDA. The town clerk has asked me just to remind all members that PERDA are the pre-election restrictions governed by Section 2 of the Local Government Act 1986, amended in 1988. These elections across Buckinghamshire were announced on Tuesday, the 18th of March. Councils should not publish any material which in whole or part appears to be designed to affect public support for any political party. So we have to restrict any discussion on planning matters tonight just for those matters, and anything else on the agenda we can hear about, but we cannot discuss things not on the agenda.
I never initially them and they never come back.
Thank you. In that case, we can move straight on to planning applications. I hope you've all read
Listen to me.
the notes. Now? Sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you. Do you want me to start again? Or?
My apologies. My.
Right, I will start again then. Planning applications. You've all had the advice from our planning clerk. Catherine, thank you for that work. And to consider response to planning applications received and whether to request any call-ins. Thank you. So item 1 refers to 26A Deerfield Close, which is on Badgers. It's a household application for construction of a 2-storey side and rear extension. This is a very small house that was built in the 1983-85 period. There's been no previous planning applications on it, and it would be increasing it to 3 bedrooms, which nominally would require parking for 2 cars. Anyone like to discuss it? Should we start with Buckingham Society? Roger, do you have a view?
The society has no comment to make on this application.
Thank you. Anyone any comments from John?
Yeah, you just mentioned about the parking spaces. Is that a problem then? Well, do they won't have enough parking space? You know, I mean, essentially, I don't see a huge problem with this at all. I think. I mean, the houses there are quite, you know, small, and I can see why somebody would want to extend it in the way that they have. It seems a sympathetic way of doing it. Although I'm interested in not lowering the roof line, which is the usual one, I thought, adding an extension to the size to it. But I'm sort of curious as to whether they do need more parking spaces. Is that going to be a problem?
Could I refer that to Catherine?
If you look at the red line outlined in Councillor Markley, you'll find that it encloses 2 parking bays in the parking court.
Oh, that's okay. Great.
Thank you very much. Anyone else any comments? No, in that case, I propose we have no objections. Seconded by Councillor Ruff. Thank you. All those in favour? Everybody except the Councillor Stush. Item 2, Royal Latin School. This is installation of 2 commercial air source heat pumps. They're obviously not near any housing, so whether or not they make more noise, big commercial air pumps is not really relevant to this. Roger, Buckingham Society?
No, we've got no comments on it.
Yep. I mean, generally, we've been supporting what the Latins doing. They've already installed a heat pump previously. And, you know, we've worked as the town council well together with them, as we do with the university. Anyone else any comments? In that case, I propose no objections, seconded by councillor Ralph. All those in favour? Again, that's everyone, bar councillor Stutchbury. Thank you. Third item, we move down to Linden Village, number 5 Burley Court. This is similar to the Deerfield Close application, a very small house. Wanting to construct a single-storey front and side extension, which will be, as Catherine noted in her notes, approximately 3 times the current building footprint. But there is room, there is a building in the back garden which they propose to demolish.
It's not stated.
Not stated.
It
It would have to be demolished, okay,
Yes.
right. There's no comments from neighbours, even though the notice has been up since March the 14th. Buckingham Society.
No comments from us either.
Anyone else wish to speak on this? In that case, I propose we have no objections, seconded by councillor Ralph. All those in favour? Thank you, everybody. Councillor Stutchbury, who is abstaining. Fourth item on the agenda, number 15, Borton Road. It's a householder application for a loft conversion with rear dormer to include 2 windows and 2 roof lights on the front elevation. It's slightly bigger than the same thing to be done next door. It will increase the bedrooms to 4 bedrooms, which will require 3 cars. But there does appear to be space, Catherine.
There isn't space.
There isn't space to speak,
I
sorry.
went past it this afternoon, and the car that was parked there was in the middle of the space, but there definitely wouldn't have got 2 in, got out.
So in that case, that could be a concern that wouldn't be enough parking spaces. I'm just going to point out at this moment that planning officer on 27 Osberg Road gave approval to that, despite the fact there's only 1 parking space on it. And they stated it's important to note parking standards are expressed as an optimum as opposed to minimum. So it may well be in the future that we're not going to have much joy in challenging the bulk regulations on parking spaces and just putting that in on the side. So if members are concerned, we can raise concern about that parking spaces. They've only got 2. They would require 3 underlines. But barely 2. Any comments? Martin?
I would say it's imperative to have a parking space because of the location on the road and the junction and the hill. Yeah, they have one, but you know they're increasing their accommodation.
Thank you. John?
Yeah, as someone who drives up that road on a regular basis, you know, from the London Road, cars are increasingly parking on the WL lines, making it quite hard to get to work. You've got to hope that no one's coming back down it once you know, taking the move to go up it. So I think increasing pressure on parking around that area is of great concern.
Yeah.
I'd be reluctant to give this a wholehearted support. So if they do seem to have got 2 spaces in the front. They haven't got a garage, obviously, because how often, you know, houses that have 4 bedrooms get 3 spaces because they've got a garage. But you could just about get 2 cars on there. I don't know whether that's standard. I think we've got to be consistent. We've made a big point about this, about that chap from Lace Hill.
Yep.
And what he'd done to his sort of car port, as it were. I have to say we have to object to this on the basis that he hasn't got adequate car park.
Yep.
That's my view.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anya?
And just to come back to the Osberg Road, which you mentioned, we did object to it. Obviously, it was given, but we nonetheless objected to it on the grounds. And I believe when it was raised again here, we all felt that we wouldn't have wanted this to be given because of the car parking situation. So I would agree with John that we need to be
We should be
consistent here.
Yeah, very good point.
You imagine was.
Anyone want to speak on it? In that case, I propose we object to this on the grounds of insufficient parking. Seconded by Anthony, councillor Ruff, all those in favour? Okay, that's everybody except for Robin, thank you. Item 5, the old telephone exchange at Market Hill. You will recall that there's an application for 8 flats there, which is still a live application, but in the meantime, this martial arts company has moved in to use the shop. And it's an application, advertising application for display of 3 fascia signs. Highways are quite happy with the arrangements, although it has been noticed there's been quite a lot of traffic going in and out, which has been causing problems for the postal vans as well as pedestrians. And that's not a reason for refusing it. I'm just making the point that highways have said they have no objection to it. Anyone got any comments? Buckingham Society.
Not on the signs in particular, Chairman, no.
Thank you. Martin.
I would say they were a necessity really, because when you go in there, it may not be entirely clear which building to go to, so I don't have any objection of putting them up at all.
There's no change of use involved because they're only using the shop part of the building, so no one else has any comments, then I propose we have no objections. Seconded by Anthony, all those in favour? Everybody bar Robin, thank you. And number 6 is Bent Hill, London Road. This is the new dwellings which we've had no objection to in various situations. One of the houses they want to change quite considerably with a number of variations. They haven't been built yet, so this is all pre-building changes. It would be increasing that house to 5 bedrooms, the others are 4, which would require 3 parking spaces. That makes no difference, they've got plenty up there. And 3 cars are the same as 4 bedrooms. So, anyone need comments on that? No, in that case, I propose no objections. Seconded by Anthony, all those in favour? Thank you, everyone except Robin.
Yes.
And the final planning application was 6 Mitre Street, which was an ash tree removal, which was dealt with by email amongst all those interested in trees. That has already been approved. Thank you. That ends the planning applications. Planning decisions, you'll see most of the planning decisions were applications to which we had no objections or supported or been approved. The only one that wasn't was 10 Highland Road, which we felt should have been the subject of the planning permission rather than permitted development rights permission. And the officers actually decided, yes, it does need planning permission. It's too big, it's greater than half the width of the original building. And that ends the plans. Site Q planning appeal hearing, you will have you've seen Appendix A and Appendix B, which are merely matters of report. Have not yet had a decision from the inspector. It is inspected, we hope, within a month of the March 3rd hearing. So there's no discussion on that one. Regular action updates.
Just say thank you for your report, though.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was good that the officer from Shire Council backed us. I mean, that's a good thing as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Robin?
Yeah, I concur with Councillor Don, thank you for attending. Am I correct, it was a 1 day?
Yep, it's held in one day.
Hearing, which is quite unusual.
It was a hearing rather than an inquiry.
I was down there the day you were in the hearing, and you have no idea how it goes in these things, apart from the fact that it's said that the officers reported us, which is a step forward, isn't it? And I don't, you can only guesstimate or estimate. When do you think we're likely to hear the appeal? Probably not.
Well, you will have seen Leonie's report as well, which is also appended. And in fact, she gives a lot more technical information than I could give. But if I could ask, if we could also convey our thanks to her for attending. She did a
Absolutely.
very good job.
Yeah.
They've been really good throughout the whole neighbourhood plan process, which was separate from this, but she was interested enough to.
Yeah,
be involved.
absolutely.
Thank you. Regular action updates, there's nothing really
Well, that's
Good.
just the same, different, I did buy the
Yeah, because of her, we've obviously cut down a lot of things on this, John.
I was going to say, I've got something to report. Are we not doing that?
No, we've been asked by the town clerk, if you have anything matters to report or access issues, could you please contact the office, let them deal with it, and not to talk, not to do it publicly.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, say I had 4 or 5, which I've now raised with the office, so. Thank you. Now, then also you will have seen Paula had attached an update with a number of reports, and they're purely for just a report. Hopefully you've read them all.
Yeah.
I will say, and this isn't up for debate or discussion, but the biggest thing there is news from the select committee on how the railway is progressing. Final snagging and handover with Winslow Station, Chiltern Railways is going to take place quite soon. Footbridge at Steeple Claydon have to be finished, and the passing loop at Middle Claydon, so freight can divert and let passenger services through. That has yet to be built. The Bletchley Bedford completion is expected by 2030. Those works won't really affect Buckinghamshire. Oh yeah, the Aylesbury link. The questions about, is there likely to be an Aylesbury to Bedford link in my lifetime, asked one of the members.
Yeah.
How old were
It was acknowledged that the Aylesbury link is currently closed north of Quainton, but the single track should be reinstated by 2027. And there would be space to allow an hourly passenger service to Aylesbury.
Wow.
But the funding needs to be found for that.
Well, yeah.
That's basically the update on the railway. At one time we understood it's going to be Easter of this year. Now it looks like it will be pushed back to early autumn, but hopefully it's good news. Martin.
So they say an hourly train service to Aylesbury, but they don't talk about the return journey. Which would be maybe not in your lifetime.
There'll be a lot of trains in Aylesbury station.
Why would you want to leave it?
That was purely a matter for report, which I think is of interest to the public who are watching as well. So,
Yeah.
Right, in that case, just to let you know the date of the next meeting, which would be my final one, Monday, 14th of April.